Hello everyone, my name is Crystal and welcome back to my channel. So today I would like to show you guys how my island on Animal Crossing looks like because I've been playing this game for over roughly 600 hours and I've actually put in lots of time and effort onto my island and I really want to show it to you guys before I restart again and then terraform the island. So yeah, let's get started. So here is the entrance of my island. Before I decorated the entrance, I have watched many different island tours, try to get an idea of what I want to do, and then I finally decided on doing a waterfall here. So a lot of my villagers actually do come here and sit down in the afternoon and just stare at the waterfall to relax. So I want to create like a sense of welcoming. And then because when I filmed this island tour, it was near Halloween, so I redecorated some of the area with pumpkins and also pumpkin lights. And you can see that Raymond is just wandering in the background. Before we actually move on to the entire tour, I want to show you guys the map of my island. So I named my island as Paradise, and then you can see that I have two houses here to store lots of items. I just have way too many. And then in terms of villagers, I have Boo, Cleo, Olive, Raymond, Mabel, Mint. Mint is actually one of my newest villagers. She just came to my island not too long ago. Sky, Aurora, Flora, and lastly Axel. So that's my 10 villagers. And then in terms of the other buildings, I kind of just separated them into different areas, so you can just go to different places. And that's it, so let's get started. If we turn right here from the airport entrance, we'll get to resident services, and this is where Isabel and Nuke can be found. A lot of my villagers love to stay here, and then they would sing and run around, and then I kind of put fences around the resident services and decorate it with some flowers. So right in front is my music area. If you have followed me since the early days, you know that I play piano, so obviously I need to have an area where I can put a grand piano and also some chairs for my villagers to enjoy. And it kind of has the concept of outdoor recital. And then next to the piano, I put two microphone stands, hoping that my villagers would come here and sing, but unfortunately they never kind of stand right in front of it. But that's okay. And then on the right side, I have some drums, guitar, violin and cello, and then you can see that Mabel is currently playing the violin. So obviously I have to jam with her for a little bit here. After taking a look at my music area, let's keep going to the right and we'll get to this park, or also known as the flower garden. I coordinated all the flowers by colors, and it's just so satisfying to see how it turned out. This is one of my favorite areas on my island, and I just love to come here and sit around. Please don't mind those few extra flowers. I thought I would just ignore it and then move on to the next section, but I ended up digging it out because it's just not organized like that. Now that all the extra flowers have been taken care of, we can finally move on to the next section. But before we do that, I noticed Mabel went to the back and started playing guitar, and look at how happy she is. It's adorable to see my villagers enjoy and then play around here. Oops, I guess the moment I sat down, she decides to stop playing for us. It's okay, so back to here, this right bottom beach is where I have a juice cafe. So you can see that I have some fruit cart boxes on the floor to showcase that this is the fruit area. And then on the left hand, there are two palm trees and also a menu. So if we keep going to the right, this is another favorite spot. So I call it the photo zone because if you look up like this, then you can see that everything is so perfectly aligned, and I just love how perfect it is. I built this quite a while ago when I first got the game, and I just never wanted to get rid of it because I just really love it. Especially with the sunset, all the colors in the background just blend together and it just looks so nice. But anyways, let's keep going. And then now we get to the section where Able Sisters building is located. So I actually spared a quite large area just for Able Sister, and I kind of separated it into 4 sections. So the first section here, you can see that there are a few changing rooms. It's just the convenience for me to change clothes if I'm walking around and I don't have to run back to my house to change. And then the second section is kind of like the laundry side. So I placed a combination of white and black automatic laundries here, and just pretending that my villagers will come here and wash their clothes, and while they're waiting they can go to the left and then sit on the couches and watch TV. And then behind it, I put 3 stalls here. They're all clothing related. One is kind of like the sewing section, one is the coffee, and then the other one is for people to pay their coffee. In front of the shop, I also put an umbrella stand just to give the concept of like a store. And then if we keep going to the right, this is where I'm currently growing all my money trees, because I don't really have a section where I can grow them on my island, so I just kind of store them in this little area. Next is the rock garden, but let me tell you this. Oh my gosh, it was driving me nuts when I was creating this area, because all of you guys might know it takes a while to have the rock grow in a designated spot, so I put mannequins all over my island. But every single day whenever I log on, they just never grow here. So I have to run around trying to find where the missing rock is. And I remember when I was waiting for the last rock to grow, they just never did. So initially the Able Sister was right in front of this garden. So then that was the reason why the building was kind of blocking the rock, so it wouldn't grow. So I ended up having to redesign my Able Sisters area, and then finally the rock appeared. But I'm just gonna say this, I'm really satisfied with how it looks like now, so I guess that little hassle was worth it. And then if we keep going, then we'll get to this path. Initially, I was hoping that I could build a bridge here, but for some reason, they kept saying the area is not balanced or whatever. I just couldn't do it. So I just kind of leave the path here like this. Then we get to this picnic area where there are the picnic box, the campfire, and above me there are 2 arts. Don't ask me why it's being placed like this. I just thought it kind of matches the theme, so then I just left it the way it is. And then in the back here, I just kind of store all my extra fake arts and paintings because when I was designing the island, I realized that I really wanted an area to display all the arts, but then this was the only area left, so then I just kind of put them here for now. But when I'm redecorating my island, I'll for sure to have an area or kind of put the arts throughout the island. And then coming back to this side, if we keep walking straight, walk through all these bamboo trees, we'll get to another flower garden. When I was designing this central area, I kind of wanted to have like an intersection, and because the resident services is stored right here, so I just kind of thought the flowers would be the best thing to kind of fill up the spaces. Then we get to the intersection, and you can see that Raymond on the left here, he's just chasing after the butterfly. Should we talk to Raymond? Or should we not? Let's not, let's move on. And then now we get to Nook's Cranny. This is the store, and then behind it you can also see there are some waterfall, and in front of it I just kind of decorated with a garden table and a chair with a coconut juice in front. So let's move on to the left side of the island, walking through this path, and then we'll get to this education area. But first, let me get changed into my school outfit. Ta-da! And then behind me here is the registration or sign-in desk. Here you can see that there are 6 tables and chairs, and can you guess which one is my favorite? Of course, it is the one with the Animal Crossing Switch! In this area, I also put 2 lockers here just to mimic like the school view. And then in front of us, there are 3 blackboards. Each of them are different, and I actually can't tell what is the one on the left. Maybe it looks like English, and then the middle board is just for teacher to write things, and then obviously on the right there is a music one. And I also put a harp here to give a sense that the teacher will teach you harp. And in front of it, here is another picnic area. The idea is that my villagers after school, they can come here, relax, play with their friends, and also have fun. Next, let's get changed into the princess outfit, and then now we can walk around the market area. So in this market area, probably a lot of people have like a similar idea. But before I introduce the market area, let's go to this bridge. I just love coming here during sunset because if you look up, and then everything just looks so pretty. But anyways, let's go back to introducing each stall. So both left and right hand side, there are different stalls, and then in between there are some chairs for my villagers to sit and enjoy a cup of coffee. And the stalls on the right hand side includes some more coffee machines, plants, flowers, and then there is also a stall where I place some extra DIYs. And you can see that Raymond is just sitting down on the side here, staring up the sky, looking at how amazing it is. Since Raymond is coming towards us, let's talk to him. After talking to Raymond, let's walk up the stairs and then we'll get to the museum. And then here for the museum, I just decorated it with some bushes and also flowers, trying to keep it simple and natural. And of course, I have to get rid of the extra flowers. Other than the flowers, you can also see there are a few wedding fences, and I just find that the fence kind of add an elegant touch to it. Of course, there is a stall that sells bubble tea. And the other stalls include umbrella, shaved ice, and then fruits. If we keep walking straight, we'll get to the beach on the left-hand corner side, and then this is a shop where it sells all the swimming gears. And I try to collect all different colors of wetsuit and just display it here. Next to it, here is a little section that display all the fishing materials, and then here is also my 2 turtle pets. Finally, here is the sushi restaurant. So the concept is that when I was trying to think of how to fill up this area, that was the time when I caught lots of fish. So I just thought that putting all the fish here, displaying them, then we can also pretend it is a restaurant. On the left hand of the sushi restaurant, here is the pier. So my pier is located on the left bottom side beach. And then obviously when I see pier, I have to put a piano because of the K-drama Crash Landing on You. Now that I'm here, let me perform for you. That was some aggressive playing, and thank you for listening. Next, let's get changed into the Halloween outfit because as you can see, there are some pumpkins behind me. This area is where I'm growing pumpkins and flowers, trying to keep it simple. There isn't really much to say about this area. Behind it is the orchid, and I just have to say because currently the season is autumn, so you can see that all the trees, they have different colors of leaves, and it just makes it add a little touch of variation in the color, and it's just really pretty. And I can't wait until all the trees are becoming like red. Oh, thinking about it just makes me so excited. even though I'm not a big fan of the mushroom DIYs, but I just thought to add a few of them here would be nice. So I just have like the mushroom table and 2 stools. And then if we keep going, then you can see that here is another flower garden. It's not that I love flowers, but I just thought that flowers are the easiest thing to decorate my island. And behind it, here is the spa and the healing section. Whenever I'm in this area, it just gives me a really calm sense of feeling, and I'm just really relaxed. Once we cross the bridge, and then we get to the farm. So more pumpkins because it is Halloween and I really want to add a little Halloween vibe to my island. And then I realized I forgot to introduce my left top corner. Here is kind of like some miscellaneous sections. I don't really know what this section is called, but I just thought putting it together kind of looks nice. And then behind it is the outdoor wedding section. So ever since growing up as a child, I've always dreamed about having an outdoor wedding. So I just thought of putting it here on my island kind of satisfied my wish. Now everything on the first floor has been introduced, and let's go up to the second floor and see what's there. Once we get up here, the first thing we see is all these vending machines. So I remember when I first started the game, I was really obsessed with them. I didn't know how to collect each of them, and I thought everyone would be able to have all different colors, and I ended up knowing that I have to trade with others, but I just thought it's cool to have them placed together. Next, we are here with the arcade section. You can see that Boo is listening to the music and also dancing to the rhythm. I collected and displayed all different colors of the gaming machine just to add a little variation. Behind our arcade, we get to this bike rental area, but other than biking, you can also see gas stations in the background here. I was just trying to fill up the spaces and then add little colors. And obviously you can see that there are 2 vending machines because these are my favorite items in the game. Finally, the last section in this area is where I placed a few benches here for my villagers to lie under the sun. Now we're finally walking towards where my villagers' houses are. Outside of their house, I try to place their photo, and each of them get a dog and a dog house as designed. The dog item is my favorite item in the game. I even traded lots of different Dukmao tickets with other players just to collect like at least 10 of them so I can place them outside. I don't really have like a special design for each house. I just try to place whatever I like. So it's not really like the best design, I would say, but at least I'm satisfied with the outcome. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was still in this Halloween outfit until now. So since we're just browsing around, let's get changed into the casual outfit. On the right side of where my villagers' houses are located, here is the campsite. Since the campsite is not always being occupied, so I wanted to have a separate area on my island for it. So then here is an incline, and then I also put a campsite sign and decorated with flowers. And if you look down here, you can see that I did a little trick. Well, it's not really like a trick, but then when you place items on the rock and then you look down, it feels like you're looking at something really far away. So I'm sure a lot of players are already aware of this trick and are utilizing it. Now that we're back to the second row of the houses, let's just walk past by it to kind of take a quick look of how the exterior looks like. So after I moved all of my villagers' houses to this section, I realized there is this awkward area where I don't know what to do, so I just kind of placed a few items here to mimic the sense of check-in. Now we're walking towards the restaurant section, and I realized this is the only restaurant area on my island. But I'm trying to have the fast food vibe here, so you can see the color theme is red. Behind it is my outdoor reading section, and I really like how the entire image and vibe is giving me. Like, everything just looks so perfect here, with the bookshelf being in the background, and also decorated with some laptops, books, Nintendo Switch, and also coffee machine. Finally, this is where my houses are located. In this area, I try to keep it really simple, but you can see that there are still docks in front. In the middle, there is a tea section where I can enjoy tea. And then at the front, there are 4 moon chairs. At night, I can just sit on the chair and then look up in the sky and enjoy my view. Now let's take a look at my primary home and see how my house looks like inside. Welcome, welcome! So this first room, everything is going with the simple vibe. I separated the room into 4 sections. There is a grand piano, a sofa section, a DIY station, and also the moon chair. I actually didn't come up with the design myself. I saw something really similar to this online when I first started the game, and I thought this is just simple but perfect, and this is exactly what I want. So I kind of modify it with my little personal touch, and yeah, here it is. The next room is my study area. So this room is not as white as the previous one, is because I want to make sure I am studying in a colorful environment. And in the background, you can see that there are some villagers photos. I have 3 Raymond photos, is because I won a giveaway on a Discord channel, so that's why I got multiple of them. Now we're walking into this room, but I actually don't know what to call this. I guess we can kind of treat this as my treasure room, because I displayed 8 princess dresses on the left wall, and on the right wall here are some of my favorite clothing in the game. There are 2 cameras here. It's just because in case if any of my villagers are in this room and they want to steal my clothing. Next, we get to this last room on the main level, and this is my washroom. The vibe here is kind of like similar to the main room, where everything is in white, and there is a bathtub with the TV, so I can enjoy taking a bath while enjoying my favorite show. But yeah, everything else here are pretty self-explanatory. Now going downstairs, this is my kitchen. I wanted to give my kitchen like a bigger area, so that's why I used the basement as my kitchen. And then on the left hand side, this is where I can cook, and then my table is on the right hand. Finally, we get to my bedroom. When I was decorating my bedroom, I was actually running out of ideas of how to decorate it, so I had to Google and then find some inspiration from other players. So yeah, that's it from my main house. Initially, I wasn't planning on showing you guys my second house because that is mainly my storage space, but I recently decorated 3 rooms that I really want to show you guys in case I do get rid of it later on. Ta-da! The first room is decorated with Celeste's DIYs, so I had to make a wish at night and then collect all 12 different stars in order to craft these items. The next room is mermaid themed, so everything here just looks so dreamy and fantasy. I love it. It took me so long to collect all different DIYs because I had to swim every day, and then I believe there were more than 12 DIYs. I don't remember exactly, but I just remember it took me so long to collect all of them. And lastly, here is the wedding room. So I mentioned earlier that I love outdoor wedding, but I thought all the materials and also wallpaper looks really nice indoor, so I just had to make a room with all these wedding materials. So that's it from introducing my houses, and finally I just want to show you guys how my area for Red looks like. It just happens that the day I'm filming my tour, Red is also here on my island, so it just adds a perfect touch to it. And that's it! Here is the end of my island tour. Thank you so much for staying and watching the entire video. I know this is a really long video, but since I put in lots of time and effort, I really want to showcase and introduce every single part of it in details, just so I won't regret it later on. I will be recreating my island very soon, so this video will be a really good memory for me. I hope you guys enjoy watching this, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. I will be redecorating my island with you guys, so more Animal Crossing videos will be coming soon. Please stay safe. I'll see you guys in my next video.